Hello everyone, I am Professor Sushant Mohite, working as a head of electrical department from Praveen Patil College of Diploma Engineering and Technology. In previous video, we start the unit number 1 of subject electrical power transmission and distribution. In the unit number 1, the title of the unit number 1 is the basics of transmission and distribution. In previous video, we learn the single line diagram, then the standard voltage level in India, then the block diagram of the power system, then the necessity of transmission network. Now we start the same topic, the unit number 1. The first question or the first point of the unit number 1 is the classify the transmission line based on length, operating voltage and construction. The first, according to length of transmission line, okay, there are 3 classification. The first, short distance, medium distance and the long distance. The short distance transmission line up to 50 kilometer, then the medium distance transmission line up to 50 to 150 kilometer, and the last one is a long distance transmission line above 150 kilometer. The next is according to voltage level. The first, high voltage transmission line, that is HV, extra high voltage transmission line EHV, and the last one, ultra high voltage transmission line UHV. And according to construction, the first, overhead transmission system, and the second one is a underground transmission system. The next is how are the transmission line are classified as per the distance. The first, the short distance transmission line is up to 50 kilometer, then medium distance transmission line up to 50 to 150, and the long distance transmission line is above 150 kilometer. Another question regarding this transmission line as per the distance, how are the transmission line classified as per the distance and the voltages. The short transmission line, the length of short transmission lines is up to 50 kilometer and its line voltage is less than 20 kilovolt. The next, medium transmission line, the length of medium transmission line is up to 50 kilometer to 150 kilometer and its line voltage is between 20 kV to 100 kV. And the last, long transmission line, the length of long transmission line is above 150 kilometer and its line voltage is above 100 kV. This question is also is important regarding the theory exam, as per the theory exam. The next, the state any 8 components of transmission line. Okay, then the importance at the time of transmission, what types of components we use. Okay, the first, overhead conductor, the next, supporting structure, that is a pole, next is the line insulator, the next is the stage set, the next is a 2-pin cross arm, the next is a 4-pin cross arm, then the V cross arm. Okay, the next is a top pin support, the next is a different types of clamp, then next, guarding wires, bird guards, the next, continuous earth wire, the vibration of jumpers, vibration dampers, then jumpers, lighting arresters, the next, cables, and the last is the fuse and isolating switch. Okay, the first, line conductors. Okay, to carry the electric power from sending end to receiving end of the lines from station, conductors are ACSR, strong enough and supported on poles. ACSR means aluminum conductor steel reinforced. The next is the line supports. These are needed for overhead lines supports. These should be strong enough to sustain the weight of line under abnormal condition, that is the wind, rain, ice. The poles may be wooden, steel, rail or steel towers. The next is the isolator. These are fixed on cross arm whose function is to bind conductors, that is give support. Insulators are pin, shackle, suspension, stay type. Then next is the cross arm. These are fixed on pole. The insulators are supported on cross arms. The cross arms are of iron, or steel. Then the other components is danger plate, guard wire, lightning arrestor, anti-climbing wires, stay wires, etc. Fuse unit, jumpers, guard wire. Okay. These are the components we use at the time of transmission. Okay. The next is the comparison between the primary transmission and the secondary transmission. The primary transmission, it is a link between generating station and the primary substation, and the secondary transmission, it is a link between primary substation and the receiving substation. The voltage level of the primary transmission system is 220 kV, 400 kV, 765 kV, and the voltage level of the secondary transmission is 220 kV, 110 kV, 132 kV. Then in primary transmission system, the conductors are high capacity conductors than the secondary transmission, but in second transmission the conductors high capacity conductors but the capacity of the conductors of second transmission system is less as compared to primary transmission. The next, height of towers is more than secondary transmission system. In power transmission system, the height of tower is high, but in secondary transmission, the height of tower is less as compared to power transmission system. Then its loading point is at generating substation only. The power transmission system, the loading point is at generating station, but in secondary transmission system, its loading point is at primary substation only. These are the difference between the primary transmission and secondary transmission system. The next is the figure number 1. This one is they give the following question, answer of the following question. The first, what is the meaning of part 1? The part 1, what is the meaning of part 1? And state its voltage level. Then what is the meaning of part 2? And the last one, what is the meaning of part 3? Okay. These are the actually this diagram shows the single line diagram of the power system, single line diagram SLD of the power system. The part 1 is the okay, the meaning of part 1 is the primary distribution, and the voltage level is 11 kV, 22 kV or 33 kV. Part 2 is the distribution transformer. Okay, this one, part 2 is the distribution transformer, that is it is also called as a step down transformer. And the part 3 is the secondary distribution voltage, and the voltage level is a 3-phase 4-wire voltage level, 400 volt or 440 volt, and the single phase 2-wire voltage 230 volt. Okay. The next is draw the single line diagram for 11 kV or 400 volt distribution substation. Very important question. The single line diagram for 11 kV to 400 volt distribution substation. Okay. 11 kV slash 400 means 11 kV slash means it's a step down and it's a 400. Okay. This diagram shows the single line diagram for 11 kV or 11 kV to 400 volt. Sometimes in exam ask the 33 kV to 400 volt. Same diagram. You draw the same diagram. Okay. Only write down the 33 kV. Okay. Then from starting, it's a 33 kV, 22 kV, 11 kV depending upon load on distribution transformer. Means this is the primary transformer. The next is the LA. LA means lighting arrestor. Okay, the lighting, the function of the arrestor, it arrests the lightning stroke. The next is a air brake switch. Okay, the next it's a drop down fuse. Next is a distribution transformer. Okay, distribution transformer, this is the step down transformer. Next is a bus bar. Okay, and the distribution box. Okay. The next this part is also called as a secondary distribution, and the finally you get the 3-phase 4 wire for distribution purpose. This is the simple single line diagram for 33 kV, 22 kV, 11 kV to 400 volt distribution substation. The next, this is also single line diagram for 33 kV, 22 kV, 11 kV to 400 volt. This one is also single line diagram for 33 kV, 22 kV, then 11 kV to 400 volt substation. This one is also same. Okay, the very important question in topic number 1, the advantages of using high voltage for transmission line. Okay, at the time of SLD, single line diagram, we generate the voltage, it's a 3.3 kV, but at the time of transmission, at a primary transmission, we increase the voltage up to 110 kV or 132 kV. Then why we increase the voltage? Okay, the answer of this question is that we know that the power is equal to root 3 VL IL cos phi. Okay, for same power to be transferred at same power factor at same transmission line distance, current is inversely proportional to voltage. From this equation, it is clear that due to high transmission voltage, following are the advantages. Hence, EHV, extra high voltage transmission, is adopted. Okay, current is inversely proportional to voltage. Okay, then advantages: as transmission voltage increases, current decreases. As I is inversely proportional to voltage. As current decreases, cross section of conductor decreases. Okay, because the cross section of conductor is directly proportional to current. As cross section of conductor decreases, its weight decreases. As weight of the conductor decreases, design of tower becomes lighter in weight. As current decreases, cross section of bus bar and size of switch gears contact, this is also reduced. Due to above advantages, transmission cost per kilometer decreases. As transmission voltage increases, a current decreases, so copper losses in transmission line reduces, because the copper losses is directly proportional to current square. As copper losses reduces, the transmission efficiency increases. As the current reduces, the voltage drop in transmission line reduces. As voltage drop in transmission line reduces, the voltage regulation becomes better. As efficiency and regulation of transmission line gets improved, so performance of transmission line increases. As transmission voltage increases, power handling capacity of transmission line increases, because the power is directly proportional to voltage square. Due to high voltage transmission line, successful interconnection of transmission line is possible than low voltage. Generating stations are generally located away from load center. Hence, a high voltage AC transmission line becomes necessary for bulk power to be transmitted over a long distance. This is the advantages of using high voltage for transmission line. Okay, at the time of transmission, why we increase the voltage? This is the answer of the question. Okay. This is the end of unit number 1, the basics of transmission distribution. The important questions of unit number 1, the first, state the standard voltages in India, transmission line and distribution line. The next is state the voltages at different levels from generation to distribution. Means for generating voltage level of generating voltage, primary transmission voltage, secondary transmission voltage, primary distribution voltage, secondary distribution voltage. Then what do you understand by primary and secondary distribution? Draw single line diagram, then the define single line diagram, draw block diagram of power system, state the function of each block. Then next is state any two reasons why three-phase AC system is preferred for power transmission. State the necessity of transmission of electricity. Then state the necessity of an overhead transmission line. Then state the different transmission line components in the system. Then the very important, draw the single line diagram, 11 kV 400 volt distribution system or 22 kV or 32 kV 400 volt distribution system. Then state the comparison between the primary transmission and secondary transmission system. Okay. Then state the advantages and disadvantages of high voltage transmission. Okay. Uh, these are the important question which are already which are every time asked in exam. If any doubts regarding unit number 1, then you ask me at the time of lecture. Thank you very much.